Bonjour! Edmonton Catholic Schools is very excited to be taking part in the pilot of the new French Immersion Language Arts and Literature curriculum. We like to call it FILAL for short. We have 8 schools participating in our pilot for the 2022-2023 school year, and the rest of our schools will implement this program in the 2023-2024 school year. Literacy and language development will continue to be a primary focus. FILAL emphasizes the importance of language and literacy in the second language learning context by providing opportunities for students to read, write, listen, and speak throughout the year and across all grade levels. Unique to FILAL is the development of a positive image of students' own bilingual or multilingual identity through the exploration of local, national, and international Francophone texts. It is so exciting that students will experience the benefits of learning an additional language by exploring how language shapes their identity. So what will FILAL look like in our classrooms? Literacy and language remain the primary focus, so you can expect to see many activities related to reading, writing, listening, and speaking. The FILAL curriculum is broken down into 9 organizing ideas that we will see across all grade levels with increasing complexity. Oral communication, vocabulary, phonological awareness, phonics, text organization, reading comprehension, reading fluency, writing, and grammar. These big ideas span across the entire school year, and interestingly, many of them span across the grades. This is advantageous for our French immersion learners because it means that students get to explore the same big ideas and themes over time. This allows students to deepen what they know, what they understand, and what they can do. Our French immersion learners benefit from lots of repetition, so this will help students consolidate their knowledge and skills to become competent and confident French immersion learners. You will see the intentional emphasis and instruction of key language acquisition concepts. These concepts are not new, but what is new to FILAL is the continuity and expectations across grade levels that will allow students to develop skills in a developmentally appropriate order. Phonological awareness is the ability to hear language. It is being able to hear sounds in words, break up words in syllables, identify and create rhymes, and count words in sentences. Phonological awareness is the building block on which all other language abilities rest. For expect to see students being exposed to phonological awareness in French through lots of singing, repetition, and games. Although these activities are fun, they help students to hear, play, and manipulate language. But most importantly, it exposes them to the sounds of the language, which is critical when learning any new language. Phonics. Phonics is understanding that the sounds that we hear are matched to corresponding letters or groups of letters. For example, the sound B is represented by the letter B. In the classroom, you can expect to see that students are learning the names of vowels and consonants and using the knowledge to make syllables and words. You might see them playing with letter tiles, printing. You might also see sound walls displayed in the class that help students match the shape their mouth is making to the corresponding letter. Finally, we will explore oral language and vocabulary. We know that learning to speak an additional language starts with imitation and repetition and slowly progresses towards students acquiring vocabulary to express their own ideas in French. Students become increasingly competent and confident in their use of French through daily oral language instruction and opportunities. In kindergarten, students might use words in isolation. In grade 1, students will be able to speak in simple sentences. You might even hear them singing a few catchy songs they learned in school. As students progress through the grades, you can expect them to speak in longer and more complex sentences. In the classroom, you can expect to see morning messages, Wordplay, read-alouds, large and small group instructions, targeted literacy routines, singing, and of course, repetition, repetition, repetition. What can I do at home? French immersion parents often wonder what they can do at home to support their French immersion child. Many years of research have shown that language skills are transferable. That means the stronger the language skills in your first language, the better set up children are to learn an additional language. So the best way that you can prepare your child in a language program is to provide them with rich language experiences at home. Singing songs, playing alphabet, or rhyming games are great ways to support your child's language development. Reading with your child and playing board games are also great ways to develop the language. Lastly, engaging your child in conversation is another way to develop language skills. For example, asking your child why they think that way, or asking them to think about similarities and differences. These types of conversations allow them to build strong vocabulary and critical thinking skills. All these types of activities help prepare your child for learning an additional language. We are so excited to pilot the draft with a group of experienced and eager French immersion teachers. The work we do this year will allow us to implement the FILAL K-6 program next year with eagerness and enthusiasm.